Hey team, welcome back. In today's video, I'd like to go over Benzinga Pro's layout and a quick video on how to set up the signals page, as I feel that the signals tool that they offer in Benzinga is really valuable, and we can find different ways to find value in the market using this tool and manipulating the filters. So I want to show you how I have some of my filters set. You guys can mess around with it from there. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and click on that signals in the top right hand corner. That should pull up a page similar to the one you're seeing now on your screen. Right now we're seeing just price spikes. I want to change the data here so we see high of day and day high series as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and turn off the price spikes for now, and we're going to focus on that high tab. So let's click on highs. We can see our options are session high, day high series, and 52-week highs. Let's click on the session high and the day high series. Once we do this, we should see a list of results. Those are going to be those session highs and day high series that we just turned on. Now, if you want, you can turn on those halts and resumes and the price spikes on the same scanner as well. Just check those boxes at the top. After we do this, we can see that that list of stocks has now changed because we have those price spikes in there as well. Now let's add some filters. Click this filters tab at the top and we can add filters from here. If you're looking for higher quality results, you can manipulate these filters to suit your style of trading. We can see a list here of different filters we can now attach to our scan to shorten up that list. First, check the box that says share float. Next, I want to add the price. I'm also going to turn on that average volume for the last 14 days. So check that box there. Now we can see that these filters were added to the top of this list, and we can manipulate the data from here. For this example, this is a low float scanner or a low float signals page, but you can manipulate this data however you see fit. I've got the share float 50 million share maximum or less. I've got the price $25 or less, and I have the average 14-day volume 125,000 shares minimum. So that means it's trading at 125,000 shares per day minimum. Click back on that signals tab and you'll see a list of results based on those filters that we just punched in. Now again, you can manipulate this data to really suit your style of trading. You can see that these results were for low float stocks, but if you prefer higher price stocks with a higher float, you can put that data in as well. If I were to change this data, I would get different results. So if I changed it to 25 million share maximum, $1 to $15 for the price, and 100,000 shares for the 14-day average, I would get a different list of results and really narrow down that search. As we can see, we have a different list, but if I'm looking for really low float stocks, maybe this is good to really eliminate those BS alerts and focus on the stocks that I like to trade. Again, change those filters to suit your style. You can turn off those price spikes if you'd rather just see those session highs and day high series. One way you can really clean this list up and only look for trendy tickers is change the settings to only show you stocks that are making day high series. We can see on this list there isn't a lot of names, which means there's not a lot of BS alerts. It only focuses on specific filters, and we can see that this is a very narrowed down list, so it gives us the opportunity to backtest these results real time. Now, if you prefer, you can have both of these on, session high and day high series, whichever is best for your style of trading. All right, team, it's time to get wild. We're about to make a whole layout just based on the signals page. We're going to pop out each one of these signals and move them around and resize them to make a whole full page dedicated to signals. I want to show you how you can manipulate this data and have specific scans for specific looks. Now, you can have more than one signals page, which is a really handy feature from Benzinga Pro. So as a reminder, this is only one example. There's plenty of different ways that you can change this around to really suit your needs. So if you want to make one of these boxes smaller, you can do that. If you want to enlarge it, you can do that as well. I like to set up separate pages or separate signals tabs with one that's dedicated towards the day high series and one that's dedicated to the session highs. By me doing this, I am taking more room on my screen. So if you don't have that room on your screen, maybe you don't want to do that. But if you have an extra screen or you have the extra room, then maybe you want to set up separate signal pages or layouts for the day high series, for the halts, for the price alerts, instead of combining them all in one. After you pop out each one of these tabs, you just basically go through resizing them to wherever you want to see these alerts. Now, if you don't want the description on here, you can go to the columns and just check that box and turn that off, and that'll really clean up that list. So you know that these are price spikes. You don't really need to know any more description on there. So if you want to eliminate that and shrink that scan, you can do that. And you can do that in each one of these as well. Just go to that columns tab and change whichever data that you want to see on that scan or on that signals page. So we can also set up a Lowe's page as well, or a Lowe's signal page. So I'm not really big on playing the dip or buying the dip or whatever you want to call it. I'm more of a bullish momentum breakout trader. But if you prefer to look for stocks that are hitting lows and making lows, or you want to just be aware of that in general, you can do that as well. You just open it up and you can keep the same filters that we have set on here and just set the day low series, or you can set the day lows on there as well. So day low series is just going to be like our trendy ticker list, except reversed. So it's the same settings, but we're just reversing it. So it's just going to show us lows now on that scanner. So at this point, we have a full page of information just using the signals. And again, you can turn off the columns by just clicking on the column and either unchecking those boxes or rechecking them back on if you want that back on there. But to condense some of these scans, you can just turn off the description and you can shrink the scan up, because we know what the information on that scan should be, right? We know that it's making highs. So sometimes we don't need the description. So that's a good way to condense down these scans. And then it's just a matter of resizing them to however you think is going to suit you in your style of trading and really give you the edge and advantage in this market. So these scans are really our radar, and they're going to detect where the value is in the market. Now, you can open up Benzinga and you can actually add a details page into this window as well. And after you add a details page, you can then search the news on any one of these tickers. So when it's hitting the scans, you also can then pair the news with that. And that's why Benzinga is so special. So that is pretty much what I wanted to get across in this lesson. You can really manipulate these filters and change around these scans to suit you and your needs. Again, I'm a low float trader, so that's what I look for, but maybe you look for something with a different search criteria, and that's fine. You can do that with Benzinga Pro, and that's what's the beauty of this, is that it's so customizable. So guys, enjoy. Use this to your advantage. If you found any value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. And guys, I'll see you in the next video.